Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Hope that you're doing great wherever you are. I'm waking up to a beautiful day, nice sunny morning, and having my cup of tea. I'm having matcha tea this morning. It's from Evergreen. It's a really nice one. It's a powder tea from Japan, very, very high in antioxidants, super good for you. And I've got it in my mug that I choose when I have a big cup of tea. I've got a huge mug and I love this tea. It's very good for you. It's a great way to start the day. But I hope you got a good way that you start the day. Maybe you've got a ritual that's a little different, but whatever it is, you're very welcome here. And thank you so much for all the support that you give us here at 60 and Me. Now, before I start, I wanted to remind you about a couple of things. We've just launched on our website a new 60 and Me TV feature. And this is where you can view a new video every day. It's up on the top right-hand corner of the website, 60andme.com. And also to remind you to check out our other channels. Go up to 60andme.com/start. And then you can learn about all the cool things that we're doing. We have some really fun things coming in the next few months. So stay tuned because I'm super excited about having listened to you guys, listened to your feedback about what you want from 60 and Me. We're doing our best to respond to that. And I'm having a lot of fun with this. I just hope you are too. So, one of the topics, though, that we talk about quite often, and it's something that's probably not like as sexy and fun as, eye makeup or skincare routines, but it's actually something that's so important and it enables us to have a life in our 60s that we really want. Just gives us that freedom to travel, the freedom to live our lives in the way that we desire. And we've talked about this so many times that often the reality of what we end up with in our 60s is nothing like we expected. We've made the decisions as best we could along the way, but we always, we often find that we made a detour here and there that brought us right where we are today, and we have to take ownership of it and deal with it. And Nita Black, one of our bloggers, wrote a great article about how to get your life kind of back on track financially, and do it in a fun way. Don't have to make this really heavy and scary, but there are some ways just by taking really simple steps that you can get your finances in order. And in doing that, you not only save money and you actually, buy the things only that you really, really need or want, but you actually feel better. And I think that that's really important. Now, this is the time of the year when there's so much going on. There's October is filled with all these outdoor events and charity runs and all kinds of cool outdoor things. November, we start to get into the holiday season, Thanksgiving in the States, and that whole focus on family and traditions, getting together. And we naturally want to spend time with our family and spend money, with gifts and food and other things that we maybe cut back on in other months of the year. And then, of course, December, we've got the holiday season. And whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or any of the seasonal activities, you have got a commercial engine just plowing down the high street at you, trying to get you to buy stuff. And we do tend to spend more money in the November-December timeframe for that very reason. And there's nothing bad about it. It's just that we are doing our best to balance, what we can afford and what we want to spend. And I think that that's really, really important. We want to be engaged with our family. Why not? But we want to do it in an effective way that's going to save us money. So, first thing. This is what Nita suggests, and I think it's a super great place to start, and that is organize your records, your financial records year round. Don't just wait till the end of the year when you've got taxes coming up in the new year. Don't do it in a way that you feel rushed. Start early, right in January or even now, this minute. Start a folder and just finding a way to organize yourself so that you enjoy the process of organizing your finances. Now, she has a technique, a color. I'm a color person too. She chooses a binder, 3-ring binder, in a favorite color of the year. Hers is lime green this year, and she starts to get a 3-ring binder to put stuff in. I remember reading an article recently about Meghan, the new princess in England. She loves purple, or she was carrying a purple binder at an event. And I think the sale of purple binders went up, like 1,000%. But the point is, whatever it takes to motivate you, get something organized and put on it, your name and 2019 or 2018 records. And then just be prepared to keep adding to that folder as you need to. Now, I do have a big binder, but I also have a small binder, and it's this little one here, and it's color coded. You can see I've got little folder pockets, and in there I put things that kind of feed the bigger binder. But this to me was like just a color, an idea to make it interesting and fun, which is what Nita suggests is a good idea. So I'm following her instructions. And then you can have tabs in your binder which say things like monthly bank statements, important receipts, past tax papers, and then a cash budget. And she's a big one on cash budgets, and I'll talk about that in a second. Now, if you want to do it online, you've got Google Docs or you've got a Dropbox, where you can create these folders. And in these folders, just make sure you've got your kind of categories where cash in and cash out within those tabs. So what you're taking in and what you're spending out. So these tabs, or your digital tabs, could be things like, bank statements, credit card statements, tax returns, charitable contributions. I'm looking at my list here: birth certificates and passport, property deeds, real estate, automobile, other vehicles if you've got them, and then a calendar of deadlines. This is a really good tab. This is the one where you make a note of when things are due. And I do have this actually for my monthly bills. I have, the dates that things are due. And we have actually quite a good system in Switzerland. All the businesses use the same format. So it's actually quite straightforward. But I think that's super important to get yourself organized. And I also do funky things with color. I'll show you one of my folders that I just bought. And these folders can go inside your binder, or you can just keep them on your desk as a reminder. Isn't this cute? But look for things that are just energizing and make you feel good. Like this is all my stuff for like tax papers. I'm just starting in this folder. I'll transfer into the binder, but it's actually just for right now making me feel like I've got it under control. I've got my taxes in this folder, and I know what it looks like, and I know where to find it. So that's another thing to do. One other thing that Nita talks about is having a cash budget. Now, who wants to do this, right? I mean, who wants to do a cash budget for the year? I mean, really, a lot of you, and I'm actually as bad as, or not bad as you, but I'm just doing the same, is I kind of go month to month in a lot of this stuff. But Anita says that having an annual cash budget is really important. And, then of course, within that annual budget folder or binder, have your monthly receipts and your monthly reminders. So this you can have a monthly budget, like again, we're saving where things are due, how much you're going to save, and how much cash you're expecting to take in, how much you're intending to spend out. And this doesn't have to be a folder. This could just be a simple piece of paper for each month within that folder. And that's what I do basically. I have a card system, and every month I just start off, this is what my expenses are going to be, this is what my income is going to be, and then finding out where the gaps are. Hey, if there's only, a few francs left at the end of the month, doing that calculation at the beginning of the month, I know I've got to make some savings and some adjustments to my spending. So having a cash budget month by month, but also a cash budget annually by year is super important. Another thing that Nita suggests is to have a calendar system where you just keep track of events and activities. So, of course, the big ones, you've got your birthdays and your tax deadlines, for example. You've got maybe some payment that's due, something that you've committed to every year, but also a special events calendar as part of that. So if you're going to travel, if you're going to have any unexpected event expenses, like for example, every November I do a medical test. I do as much as I can afford, and I do blood tests, or I do my mammogram every other year, and other little tests that I just note for myself, and putting that in a calendar. In November, I know to expect that expense. It's really helpful, and put the birthdays down. Of course, you're going to buy a little gift for someone, or maybe someone's anniversary, or just some special day that you want to acknowledge with a card or a little gift or some flowers. That's important. But put it in this calendar of special events, and then tuck that away in your 3-ring binder or in a folder, and just be aware what the year is going to look like. So I'm doing this now at the end of the year, and hopefully you're all going to just go out tomorrow and buy a binder, different color. Tell me what color you've bought. And just and start putting some folders in there for your annual budget and for your special events, and a place to store all those important documents. But I just think by having yourself surrounded by a system is really, really helpful. It helps to organize your finances, even though it's not something that many of us really want to deal with. So that's our topic for today. I mean, how do you organize your finances? Leave your comments in the section below. Tell us, have you ever tried going on a monthly basis, or having a folder of different, folder of different commitments that you have to think about for your financial security? Yeah, tell us what systems you use. I'd really love to know. Thank you again for being here, everybody. I do hope this has helped. You know, financial security is such an important part of our life in our 60s. So I'd love to know how you keep track of your finances, what systems you use. Let's share with each other. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and take very good care. We'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye for now.